Hey everybody. Okay, so tonight I'm going to show you how to get into a SQL box that you've managed to lock yourself out of. So either you have Windows only security set up or you don't know the SA password and for some reason your Windows account doesn't have SA anymore, or maybe you don't have rights at all. See, so it says here connection couldn't be fully established with the server. There we go. And login failed for my domain account. Now, BOL, I don't think BOL tells you how to do this, but there are some resources on the internet that tell you, and the wording of it is just a little bit misleading, so I thought I'd go ahead and talk you through how to do this. So we're going to start by starting SQL in single user mode. Now first let me go ahead and show you what it looks like without it. So I'll come here and say, I'll start up the command mode right here, and I'll say SQL CMD, and I'll say -Q for query, and then in there I'll say create login midnight Sean from Windows semicolon, and then I'll say alter server role sysadmin add member MEMBER. There we go. /Sean. There we go. So, got that typed, and it says here that login failed for Midnight Sean. Of course it does, right? So I have to be able to get in somehow. So let's start by starting it in single user mode. I'll come down here to the config manager. I'll go into the service, startup parameters. I'll add -M. I'll tell it OK. Right now it tells me that it has to be restarted before I can apply that change. So I'll go ahead and burp that service. There we go. Now I'll come back in here and start it again. Now most of the resources you see on the internet, they tell you that you have to do this with an account that has Windows admin, that has local admin. So I should be able to do this because I know for a fact that this account has local admin. But the problem is I still have a login failed. So let's close this and I'll show you what really has to happen. I'm on my Windows 8 box, so I'll hit this here. I'll hit command and I'm going to right click and say run as admin. Whatever version of the OS you have, you can always run as admin. Now let's try it again. SQL command -Q. And then we'll say, what did I say? Create login. Midnight. From Windows. Okay, that. Add member. There we go. So the exact same thing, I'm creating a login and I'm giving myself sysadmin rights. And you notice there, I was able to do it. So now let's go back. Oops. And take it out of single user mode. So I'll just remove that. There you go. It wants me to burp the service again. There we go. Now let's give the connection a shot. And there we go. Now I'm connected as SA. I've got my rights back. Now, I'm going to go ahead and pause this for a second. I'm going to reset it, and I'm going to show you a different way to do it. So hold on one second. I'll be right back. Okay, so we're reset, and here I'll just show you. We're unable to log in again. Let me go ahead and close this guy. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and close this guy too, because let's put our server back in single user mode real quick. -M. Add. Okay, yes. Do this. Burp the service real quick. There we go. Now, another way you could do this is you could right-click Management Studio if you don't like the whole command line thing, right? And you can say Run Management Studio as a local admin or as administrator, right? And now when I come in, I can get in just fine. So now I can come in here under Security, and I can add the login any way I like and give it SA rights any way I like, if you prefer that method. Personally, I've always preferred the method of going in through SQL command because it's just much faster. But if you prefer the GUI method, then go for it. So anyway, you can also use the F switch as well. So we used -M to put it in single user mode, but you can also use -F, which -F starts up SQL in a minimal config, but it also starts it up in single user mode. So as well as doing the minimal config, you get sort of an understood user mode out of that one. So either one of those would work. The key to making this work, though, there are two keys to making this work. Putting it in single user mode somehow, and number two, running whichever command line utility, not command line, but whichever utility you use, running it as an administrator. So right click on it and hit Run as Administrator. It's not enough that the account that you're using is a local admin. You have to actually run it as administrator, and you'll be just fine. You'll be able to get into any SQL box that you lock yourself out of. Anyway, that's all I got. Take care.